on, everybody? It's your boy, King Kaif, back in your life with another NBA basketball breakdown and prediction videos. As always, let's get right into our basketball breakdown. Let's get right on into this. We start off with the Trailblazers beating the Utah Jazz 134-124 behind Damian Lillard, 60 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and 9 3-point makes. Went absolutely off. Showing out for Portland. I told you he'd have like a bigger revenge game, even bigger than the San Antonio Spurs one. And he did. He showed right on up and dropped 60 on the Utah Jazz. Great win for Portland, great win for Dame. I'm with everybody in the same boat. Like, I love how loyal he is. But I'd love for him to go somewhere where he could not even contend for a championship, just be in the playoffs every year, you know? Like, consistently. But I'd love to see him in a championship game because I feel like he'd come up very, very clutch because he's just one of those clutch clients, as you'd say. On to our next game, we have the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Denver Nuggets 107-99 behind Giannis Antetokounmpo's 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 steals. Mind you, the Denver Nuggets didn't have Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray, so this was obviously a blowout before it even started. Even though, Denver kind of held a lead, it was kind of just like it was a paper lead because that just got burnt out by like the third quarter. But I swear if they had Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray, that this would have been a closer game. I still would have had the Bucks winning, but it definitely would have been a closer game and probably would have came down to a last shot from one of the two teams. But I digress. On to the next game, we have the Philadelphia 76ers beating the Brooklyn Nets 137-133. Tyrese Maxey having 27 points, 5 assists, and 6 3-point makes. It was getting chippy in this game, and I loved every second of it. I know everybody watching this video, and everybody watching at home when they were watching it last night, loved it just the way I loved it. Ben Simmons getting into it with Joel Embiid. The whole freaking crowd just a big old dumpster fire on Ben Simmons, booing him, and Kyrie Irving throwing up the heart symbol like, you're all good, we love you guys. It was hilarious, and then you got Katie tweeting at home, it was a great game. This is a great feud right now, honestly. But Philly gets the win like I said they would. The Nets just don't have too much firepower. They have Kyrie Irving and everybody else. They need KD back badly, and they should get him back in the next coming weeks. In our next game, and the game I'm most excited to talk about because it's my guys, the Golden State Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies 122-120 behind Steph Curry's 34 points and 4 3-point makes. He would have had more points. He was going off. He threw a mouth guard, not even at anybody. He just threw it out of frustration because he wanted the ball when Jordan Poole didn't give it to him. And he got teed up and thrown out for it, which is absolutely bogus. I find it funny that all of his tees and all of his, him being thrown out of games are all from mouth guard throws. But to explain the play, the shot clock got reset. We got the ball back, and Jordan Poole wanted to heave it from like the logo, and I'm not okay with that. Like, I love JP, but not even if Steph Curry wanted to shoot it, because he was clapping his hands like, "Hey, give it to me, I'm right here." But it's not the fact that like Steph Curry would have shot it and he wouldn't have. I feel like Steph just wanted to reset it, get something in motion again. Maybe the ball would have went to Poole on like a corner three. You never know. But I would trust Steph Curry shooting it from the logo more than JP. Talking about Jordan Poole. But, they made up, and everyone wants to talk about how, like, in the walking up the tunnel, Jordan Poole threw his mouthpiece. He was kind of just making a joke of it, trying to, take the stress out of the situation, and they're chill. JP ain't going nowhere. JP is our future. Like I've said, he's our next Steph Curry, but yeah, my guys won, and all I can say is we're, the dads of the Memphis Grizzlies. On to our next game, we have the LA Lakers beating the San Antonio Spurs 113-104 behind LeBron James' 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. Anthony Davis came back, gave great production off the bench, I believe 21 points, 10 rebounds or so. Rui Hachimura made his debut, looked pretty good as well. Can they contain this? Possibly. They're only 3 games under 500 now, so that's not too bad. We'll see where this goes. And Anthony Davis, he twisted his ankle again, and I was like, oh, here we go again. He's going to go out for like a year or a month or however long he wants to go out for. But nope, he hopped right back up, went to the free throw line, made all 3 free throws, and he was on to that next one. In our next game, we have the Washington Wizards beating the Houston Rockets 108-103 behind Kyle Kuzma's 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 3-point makes. And all I wanted to point out is the stuff I saw on ESPN from this game was Kendrick Nunn hitting like a dunk, just flying down the lane. He just posted him, and he got like a crazy pass to Kyle Kuzma behind the back, and everyone was commenting like, Prime John Wall, was that him? Is this Prime John Wall I'm watching? Because everybody, once they get out the Lakers, they just want to go crazy. I don't know what it is, but if you go to the Lakers system, it makes you a better player once you get traded from there. Point in case Kyle Kuzma, like I said, having 33 points. Kyle Kuzma would have never done that back in LA. He was breaking like crazy. I guess it just shows you when the pressure's off how crazy someone can go. In our next game, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the New Orleans Pelicans behind Anthony Edwards, 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 3-point makes. And the Minnesota Timberwolves beat them 111-102. Great win from Anthony Edwards. I believe he could be an all-star backup or reserve or something like that. Maybe if someone gets injured, I feel like. Hopefully he makes it, though. He's really entertaining. I'd love to see him in the dunk contest, but we'll see. In our next game, we have the Atlanta Hawks beating the OKC Thunder 137-132 behind Trae Young's 33 points, 11 assists, and 3 3-point makes. Of course, when I'm like, oh, the Atlanta Hawks are going down, of course they just kind of go up for a little speed bump just to prove me wrong. But to be fair, Shea had 2 shots at that and just got absolutely packed by DeJounte Murray. So you win some, you lose some. In our next game, we have the Toronto Raptors beating the Sacramento Kings 113-95. Pascal Siakam had 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Toronto getting a win. That's shocking, especially in Sacramento country. To be fair, I feel like they just got lucky. They actually hit shots. Fred VanVleet actually hit like a logo 3, and I was like, wow, Fred, okay, go off, buddy. Hasn't been doing that as of late. He just wants to, like I said, increase his trade stock. Like, oh, hopefully someone that trades for me wants me for more money. Not going to happen, buddy. In our last and final game, we have the Orlando Magic beating the Indiana Pacers 126-120 behind Gary Harris's 22 points and 6 3-point makes. I said they'd win because they had home court, and they won because they had home court. Close game, 2 young teams going at it, and it was a good game. Now on to our Thursday game slate. Starting over here with the Mavericks taking on the Suns. The Mavericks, it's plain and simple. This is how it goes. The Suns don't have Luka. The Dallas Mavericks have Luka. Case closed. I think it'll be a closer game because the Suns have Chris Paul back, but Devin Booker still missing. If you have seen this man, might want to get him back to the arena. Where has he been? I haven't even seen him on the bench. What is up with Devin Booker? I thought his injury wasn't that serious, but I guess it has been. But it's going to be a raucous crowd in there in the Footprint Center because everyone knows who sent them home. That was the boy Luka. And, Luka's going to get booed and booed and booed and booed. But it's going to be a good game nonetheless, and I think Luka has a big game here. In our next one, we have the Spurs taking on the Clippers. Easy, Clippers. They've been on a roll. They're getting to figure it out. If Kawhi and Paul George do play, which I believe they will because they've been playing all the games, surprisingly, I got them in a blowout. In our next game, we have the Cavaliers taking on the Rockets. Cavaliers, they're more a seasoned team than anybody. They're more seasoned anyways than the Rockets. The Rockets are just too young. They have great potential, but that's potential for years to come, not potential right now. So I'm going to take the Cavs here. Big game from Donovan Mitchell. He'll have a big game on his second game back, I believe. Alright, we move on. On to our next game, we have the Pistons taking on the Nets. The Nets are going to get a revenge game here. Don't sleep on the Pistons. Never sleep on the Pistons, but the Nets are back at home. They'll get a win back on home court behind a big game from Kyrie Irving, and I'm going to say TJ Warren has a big game as well. In our next game, we have the Knicks taking on the Celtics. It's always good. It's usually always better when it's at Madison Square Garden. They like to have those big clutch games against each other. But for right now, I'm going to take the Celtics. It's at home. Celtics, I believe they're tied for the best team in their conference. So I'm going to take the Celtics here. Never sleep on the Knicks. Last time I slept on the Knicks, Julius Randle came out of nowhere, had 35 points. He's been putting up great numbers as of late. But I just think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the better duo over Brunson and Julius Randle. I will be tuning into this game, of course, as of all the games I can consume, as quick as I can. If it's on TV, I'm watching it. But I just believe the Celtics will get the win here. In our last and final game, we have the Bulls taking on the Hornets. It's simple. Bulls. The Hornets are gonna hornet. They're not a good basketball team. It's like you went to the park and you just said, I want you and you and you on a team. And it's like, oh, wait, I picked mostly all guards to start the game? Oh, never mind, we're screwed. And that's how they're going to be. The Bulls are just going to be able to battle them in the paint, and they're not going to be able to do anything better. They're going to get all the boards they want. They're just the bigger, stronger, better team all around. From mid-range to three-pointers, they're just the better team. And before I sign off here, All-Star starters get announced tonight on TNT. I'll be excited to see that. Obviously, I want my boy Steph to start. People say John Morant will start. But did we not see what happened last night? Did that not prove to you any more than you need to see? Like, I heard Shaq say, Steph Curry's my favorite player to watch, but, I think we want to see, John Morant come out here and do stuff. He can come out here and do stuff off the bench there, Shaq, because he's not going to. Steph is going to start. He's going to start. Mark my words, he's going to start. I like Jamal Crawford's lineup, though, of Steph, Ja, and Luka. That's a great lineup. Who doesn't want to see a 3-guard lineup? Why not? Let's get crazy with it. But yeah, I want to know everybody else's predictions in the comments for these games. I want to know everybody's predictions for who they think are going to be the All-Star starters. Who's going to man each team? I would assume LeBron's going to man one of the teams. I would assume if KD didn't get injured, he was going to manage one of the teams. But it'll probably be like Team LeBron versus Team Giannis or something like that again. But it's been your boy King Kaif, as always. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.